and one of the guests, Graham, he was there on the day. Let's see what else we've got. I'd like to mention Dave Hill, who from Leaf Bean Pod. He's funding a project called Salford 100 Charity Pies. Now, Salford is celebrating its 100 years this year, obviously, and he's making these pies, and each penny made from the pie, shall we say, is going towards designated charities. There's only 100 pies that are £5 each, so there'll be £500 going to our charities. So call in Leaf Bean Pod and buy one, buy two, buy three. A few things coming up made me laugh. Bewley Park are having a car boot sale this Sunday. Good for them. But on the posters it says, I have to quote this, no drugs and firearms are not allowed or will not be on sale. I was going to go as well. Stock up on my drugs and me. Bit daft, isn't it? Paul Pickford, lovely chap. He's doing a thing about Shield Delaney. It's called Thursday Culture Club at Warton Library. It's all free, which everything should be in a way. He's going to be teaching how to sketch the model is of Shield Delaney. So it's at Warton Library tomorrow evening, 6 while 8. I believe you have to book, but try and get down there anyway. Last Friday at the talk about Regent Road, I was contacted by Paula from Warrington, who sent me a card of, it's a photographic studio. I found this fascinating. 189 Regent Road, a lady called Margaret Turnio, sorry. I'll make it brief. She married a French chap called Alphonse. She was from Londonderry, Derry as I call it, and they got married in Cork. She was a school teacher, he was a photographer. They came to Manchester and settled on Regent Road. I think it's a fascinating story because one of the sons, he became an optician and moved to Calcutta, and he was granted the freedom of London. This was in the 1890s, 1920s. I found all that fascinating, I really do. So we're doing more research on that. I'd like to thank Sue Tidd as well. She helped considerably. But I say a big doff of me caps to Paula Jennings. Right, on with the show. You ready?
I have.
I'd like to introduce my first guest, and Jen. Should we call you your full name? Jen.
My full name? Jennifer Margaret Thomas.
Is that your Sunday name?
My Sunday name.
Now, you're organising a Bollywood ball
I am
in
indeed.
Ecclestown. Let's go back a little bit further. What got you involved in that, things Indian and Bollywood Bhangra?
Well, I've got a lot of explaining to do. I think I've got the worst case of Bhangra fever ever known back in 2004.
Is it an illness?
I think some of my friends, it was an obsession, I'll tell you that much. I was going to an Indian wedding and I was going to be there for 3 days, so I borrowed some CDs and then I got really into the music. And then
is that Bhangra music? Or is that just Indian music?
Well, Bhangra is a very specific type of music, but the term's also used to describe any sort of UK Asian music, or, do you know what I mean, sort of pop tends to be called Bhangra. It's actually a completely different beat. Bollywood is a combination of all of those different sort of musical influences in India. So yeah, but Bhangra has a particular beat, and I was in my mid-40s, menopausal, on ADHD medication. I had the best menopause ever.
Why not?
But I loved it. I was fit enough, I'd lost weight, I got really into it, and then I wanted other people to be able to experience that. So then in 2007, I did the first ever event at the Quaker Meeting House. Did East meets West, yeah. And that went really well. But what I did, I started bringing out clothes because I knew that lots of women want to try on Asian clothes. They want,
saris and the full
yeah,
rip.
but like a full dressing up box, so you can try out everything you've seen on the films and see what it looks like, and it creates a lot of fun then as well. But I did it with, at that time, the Asian women from the Link Community Centre in Eccles.
Right.
And then I went on to do more events for a couple of years. But at that time, I wasn't really thinking, I was like, I'll worry about money later. So I ran out of money and they were breaking even, but I got really tired. I tried all these different types of events and they all went reasonably well. And then I tried out business ideas, which was a hen night and a children's birthday party. And I put myself in hospital trying to do a sort of Avon style thing with Asian jewellery. I burnt myself with the
Very
pakora and
honest.
ended up in the beer. It was the night of, what do we call it? The night of the exploding samosa. And then I got, I noticed somebody I used to work with, an Asian guy doing stuff in Mumbai, and that's how I ended up going out there to do that project.
You went to India twice?
Hmm?
Did you go
Yes.
to India twice? What was it, that work, I assume?
Well, yeah, the first time I went over, sorry, my mouth's going really dry. The first time I went over, it was with Vaseem Carter from Bombay Stores was already out there, and he was doing a charity thing, and I wanted to make clothes for Barbies because I thought Barbie needs a sari. It's all part of this Daisy Sister sort of, you know. And but Vaseem wanted something a bit more sensible, so we made all these cushion covers, and I let the girls loose with some dolls, and they made the most fantastic outfits. And that was going quite well, but it's the getting back and forth to India, and then COVID killed it stone dead, and now it's really difficult to import them. So now I'm kind of going back to the beginning and doing this event to show people.
What is Desi Sisters? I've seen that on your flyers.
Right, well, Desi means of South Asian origin, but it also means respectful of all the... I know I'm not Asian saying this, but this is how I understand it. That it's respect for tradition, but at the same time embracing modernity and being very much connected to your sort of home values, but still modern. It's, you know, we have a Desi sister knows that with the most enthusiasm and optimism, dedication and discipline, nothing is impossible, yeah?
Bit of a mouthful.
Zindagi khubsurat. So it's really bad. Can you pass me that cup of tea by any chance? I just realised I'm talking about because I'm nervous. Thank you, my love.
I think that shows
So,
that
yeah,
the show is live,
that-
isn't it?
Sorry.
Well, I don't want to carry
Should
on.
have known. Captain Chaos is here. So yeah, after a 10-year break from the last event, I thought I could do one without it being too traumatic. Because I used to do them, but they used to leave me absolutely exhausted.
Why do you do it then?
Because it's so much fun. And now, besides, when I was doing it before, I used to have a really good job, and I'd given that up because I just went running off over the horizon to do this Bhangra thing. But this time I thought, you know, I'm going to start again and do it more slowly. That's the idea. The first time I did it, there were around 80 women who got involved on the committee at various stages. So it was a bit turbulent, and it was all WhatsApp, and we didn't have social media. So anyway, yeah, initially I'm just doing this Bollywood night.
Tell us about the Bollywood night, where it's been held
Right.
at, and what can we expect to see?
It's Eccles Town Hall, which is the restored ballroom, not the Carers Trust, which is what it said on Facebook. It's in the ballroom, got beautiful lighting, the team there are really up for it. We've ordered gin, we've ordered flavoured gin, and we've got...
Gin?
Oh yeah, it is India, darling. But, you know, we're not going for heavy drinking, but we're going for having a nice drink.
Don't know.
And what was I going to say? Then, right, okay, so I've got the DJ, it's food, there'll be some, Tony, there'll be some food.
I'm not going.
If you're good at the raffle, you'll win some.
Rigged, is it? Rigged. Go on. The event.
Going what I was going to say now. The DJ is somebody I've known for 20 odd years. DJ Sanj Soni is a well-respected Asian DJ. He's won loads of awards, like Indian Wedding Awards. He was a club DJ 20 years ago, and now he's well-respected. He's bringing a guy who plays the dole, which is, I don't know if you do the big Indian drum that you see at weddings.
Double-ended.
Yeah, he's playing live. He's fantastic. He always has been. He's classically trained, plays tabla as well. I've known him 20 years as well. And then we've got Rajiv Gupta from he runs a company called Bhangra Size, but he also, if you saw, I'm trying to slow down with talking, if you watched Strictly Come Dancing when they did the Bhangra routine, he taught the white guy. He went in there, and there's a video on YouTube, and he's coming to teach everyone how to Bhangra on the night.
Right, bit of a coup.
It is. Well, I've worked with him before. He was there in 2016. He's great. He's so supportive. Because when I'm doing it, it's important to me that I make sure people get to see real Indian artists. I've also got Salford Loaves and Fishes are learning a dance routine to perform on the
Jenny
night.
Smith. Jenny Smith.
No, Jenny's not dancing.
She might have got up. She might have got up and did a
She
bit.
look fab, but no. Her team, her staff, there's 5 of them. Craig, Janine, Erica, Jodie. Yeah, I think there's more. Hannah. And I've...
Will they be getting dressed up in Indian costume?
Yes, I've been and got all costumes. It's been fantastic. I went down to Rusholme, and of course they know me from 20 years ago as well, a couple of the shops there. So they've been rooting through old stock and giving me Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's really gorgeous stuff at ridiculously cheap prices. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not Asian trendy now, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That sounds wrong, that. But anyway,
No,
yeah,
but
they're
that-
helping me a lot. Yeah, and then we've got a young lady who danced at the Indian Embassy in Paris who does traditional Bharatanatyam, and she's teaching the dance
Traditional
group.
what?
Oh, Bharatanatyam. It's the
What's
one you
that?
see where,
Oh,
where
the
they
hand.
sort of...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go on. Get on the
They've
table
got the
and do
flowers
it.
in their hair and they do it. Which is, she's teaching Salford loaves and fishes, and she's going to be there. So we're going to go through all that, and then we're going to let everybody loose on the dance floor.
So people attended, will they be encouraged to dress in?
Oh,
Indian
absolutely.
attire? Yeah.
Well, John and Michelle John and Michelle Mullen are
Easy.
heading to Russia so that Michelle can get herself completely blinged out. See, the thing is, people, and
Councillor John
the
Mullen, that is,
volunteers
isn't
are on it. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's Councillor John Mullen.
Will he be wearing a bindi?
Men don't wear bindies, darling. Women wear
John-
bindies, and it's
I
a
know,
sign
but-
of
and I've heard about
no,
John though, you see.
It would be offensive. Tell me, I'm sorry, but no.
Men don't wear bindis.
No.
I
If you
honestly
see
did not
anything,
know
no,
that.
that's when you see the thing on
Yeah.
somebody's forehead. It's a religious Hindu thing.
Right.
The women only wear, women wear bindies, but they wear a red bindi when they're married.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they have the sindoor down, like the red mark in their head. But no, men don't wear bindies at all,
Stand corrected.
unless you're
What?
gender fluid, in which case that's fine, but you're going to have to go with the whole look.
Mr. Mullen.
No, I think John will look quite smart in a man's shalwar kameez and a bit of a waistcoat. I don't know if John's going for it, if I'm honest, but I know that
I
Michelle
hope
is.
so.
Well,
I
you're
like- I like
coming.
John.
So
Yeah,
maybe you're
I've
down
got
to
my gear
Russia and
there.
get
I've got
your
my
kids-
gear ready, yeah.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Right. No.
You ready? We can do a bit of a Bollywood routine if you want. I'll give you the whole Bollywood.
I'm sold. So, I asked you before about Bollywood movies.
Yes.
Who was the lady who was on Brimful of Asher? They mentioned her, was it?
Asha Bhosle. She's
Right.
the most famous Bollywood singer is a woman called Lata Mangeshkar. I would say it's probably loads, but that's the women. Asha was her sister. And yet she used to sing a lot of the songs that people know from movies.
Right.
Sound very intelligent, like, did
No,
it?
no, it's-
But
makes sense.
she did actually open a restaurant in Manchester a few years ago. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, that's
Did you really?
would have been 2015.
Oh, I never
I was
knew
doing the
that.
PGCE.
So
when they were here.
you're fully embracing the Indian culture, aren't you?
I love it, but I see, I like what it brings to my life. I like the music because you know, I mean, things are changing now because it's becoming much more modern. But the films that you watch from around the 90s, early 2000s, which I watched, they tend to be films about family things, but they're beautiful to watch. The dialogue's actually quite sharp when you realise that everybody in the film knows that this is a drama. Do you know what I mean? You understand that when it's cheesy, they know it's cheesy. It's how well you can deliver it type of thing. Yeah, they were actually, oh God, it sounds ridiculous, healing, but you know, I wasn't in great shape. My partner had died in 2001 and I started with a film called Kel Ho No, which happened to be about a woman called Jenny coping with the death of her husband.
Heart following nature.
But then, they're just such a beauty to watch. You know, they're different.
I've never
but
seen any, to be honest. It's,
I think you probably, if you like guts and gore, there's a big thing about Durandar at the moment, which I only watched 3 minutes. I was like, no, I can't. It's not Bollywood. There's blood on the scene. I like me beautiful scenery and, you know, things where they get upset because they miss their dad or them. You know, the kind of things that actually do screw you up in life. You know, they make nice family films. Yes,
ball.
sorry, go on.
When
Yes.
that we need the date and admission and how we can get tickets. We're laughing at when you need to flog tickets, don't you?
I'm having great fun with the tickets. Right. In theory, they're available from Munton Post Office.
Right.
But I'm not sure that the guy that works there knows, but Dill knows. So there's some there.
Right.
Obviously message me on Facebook. I'm facebook.com/Desi Sister, so you can find me. And there's a Desi Sisters Facebook page. And they are on Eventbrite, but Eventbrite's doing me dirty and it keeps changing the price of the tickets. At the moment, they seem to be $7.50.
Right.
And I've taken away the
Varies day
booking
to day.
fee. Initially, there was a booking fee, so the poster said $12.50.
Right.
And then when you clicked on the QR code to go to buy your ticket, it said £15, and they were adding £2.50 a ticket. So when I changed that, I've somehow
So
sent it.
Munton Post Office, is that the only outlet?
Gordon's Newsagents on Liverpool Road.
Oh yeah, no garden.
I mean, these are places I can drop stuff as well. BP
Easy
on
enough,
Wellington
yeah,
Road.
yeah.
If people want tickets, give me a shout. I'll drop them there. All the tickets, sorry, 100% of the ticket price goes to Salford Loaves and Fishes.
I was going to say, it's a charity event, isn't it?
Yeah, and they've said they're happy. If you're on benefits or whatever, pay a bit less, just message me and I'll sort it out.
When is it?
It's on Bank Holiday weekend, Saturday, May the 2nd. Punjab comes to Eccles.
What time?
7 until 11.
we got there.
There is some food, there is. I'm going to bring snacks. It's not the kind of thing where you want to eat a heavy meal and then get on the dance floor. And you might think I'm cynical, but when we did this last time, we couldn't get them off the dance floor. I'm going to bring snacks like pakora. I'm going to get them from Rush Home, from Sanam, bring pakora, samosa.
All authentic food?
Yeah, absolutely. I might see if I can get us some pani puri. They're like little balls and you fill them with liquid and chickpeas and pomegranates and you throw them in one.
Do you?
Yeah, Indian street food.
Never heard of that.
Oh yeah, there's a place called Chit and Chat in Rush Home that's doing Indian street food.
What about Mrs. Hayes in India? Does that tick the boxes?
Well, I think they've changed management.
I've only been in it
because
once.
They were very... the first
Bengali,
one, I think it was run by a group of younger people. Right. But they're not doing street food, they're doing actual dinners and thalis and things. Right. I meant to go and speak to them actually about this event, so maybe...
Well, that might be a place for an outlet for the tickets.
I don't know them. Right. I can find more out. I mean, Taste of Easter.
How many tickets have been sold, do we know?
We're on 50. And we've only got 100 capacity in there. I think we're on 60 people in total with the team.
You sold half the tickets?
Yeah, and then we've got, on top of that, I've got, it just shows how old we're getting. I've got one of the former Desi sisters. Go on. I know you're only 45. Yeah, I'm going to start telling people I'm 80. So I look good for my age. What was I? I've completely gone off task. Oh, that was it. I posted on LinkedIn on the off chance and I got this message. Auntie Jenny's thrown another legendary party from one of the girls who was a teenager at the events I did back like 20 years ago.
So theoretically, if I wanted a ticket or people watching, they could go to the Mutton Post Office.
Yes.
Gordon's Newsagents.
Gordon's Newsagents on Liverpool
Could they contact you on Facebook?
Yeah, by all means, message me, Message me on Facebook, message me on Instagram, Daisy Sisters, Daisy Sister Jen on Instagram. It's all, you know. Yeah,
I honestly wish you the best of luck because it's a great work. It's a good community thing, isn't it? And
it is.
There's an Asian community in Eccles.
You very rarely get the opportunity to enjoy Asian culture in a space that's, when it's presented by the community, you're sort of under manners, aren't you? You know, you want to be well behaved, you don't want to offend anybody and you're not sure. Whereas Daisy Sisters is almost like a neutral space where people can come and enjoy themselves.
I honestly wish you well. It sounds really good.
It will be good. It'll be a good one.
Before we wrap up, before you start fighting, tell me about the 100 Sunflower event.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, on top of all this, we're having a street party on the 25th of July, Salford 100 permitted. But we're kicking off with something we funded ourselves. We are going to plant 100 sunflowers along the back of Winifred Street. So as you come from Liverpool Road, you will, I'm trying to think what it's called, Arden Road, whatever it is, down past the church, you'll see this beautiful display of 100 sunflowers on the side of the green. That's what we're hoping. But I'm going to get all the kids out. We've got some bamboo sticks, we've got our seeds. I've got some lion dung. When my mum passed away, it was in a cupboard. So that's going in there with them.
You don't see any lions down
They're supposed to be like 10 foot tall, these sunflowers. So fingers crossed. And I'm hoping because the kids are planting them that they won't get tampered with because they're children's flowers. They're not, do you know what I mean?
I like the sunflower.
I like the idea. If we can pull it off when you're coming from Liverpool Road, you're coming home from work, you get near our streets, instead of the fly tipping, you've got 100 sunflowers. Boom.
Can't fault that. Jen, thanks ever so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
And explaining about Bollywood and the balls and everything about India, which I was completely
I need to get it all on my website and then it all becomes a lot clearer because I am planning to do something else in the summer as well.
Let us know.
Family Day.
Keep us informed. Well, thanks for coming on, Jen.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Tony.
No
and
problem.
I didn't swear or anything, did I?
You still got time.
Do I need to just wriggle off now?
You sit there a second.
Oh, sit here, okay.
Right, so then, Cal, could we please roll the VR tape? Here today at the Leaf Bean Pod Cafe in Barton, home of the finest pies in the borough. We've sampled many of the pies over the years. Salford pie, Eccles pie, Winton Pyramid. The list is endless. But I'm joined today by my host, Dave Hill. He's going to tell me about his latest creation, which sounds intriguing to say the least.
It is. Most of the pies we've been doing have been sort of quite quirky, quite fun. This is quite serious. We started off with me and Tony, we were just having a bit of a chat, Salford's 100, doing a quirky pie. And then we begin to realise that there's been a lot of people out there, it's tough for them. So what we are going to do, we're doing a Salford 100 pie. And it's going to be £5, and all the money is going to go to charity. It's going to be handed over to Tony. Tony's going to distribute it to the people who really, really do need it. So we're trying to just give a little bit back. So anyhow,
Are they a limited edition pie?
They are limited to 100. That's it, 100. And they will come with a certificate of authentication. Bit quirky, bit of fun, but every pie will come with this. And before I tell you the ingredients, Tony, would you like to try it?
I would.
Could you just tell me what it actually says on there?
Salford, MD.
Mr. Salford. It was particularly made just for you. Just for you. And there's a bit of gravy.
Let's have a quick. Get that out, ladies. Oh, get that. Can you see that? Come on, Carl. You can look but don't touch. Smells divine.
It is very, very good.
What are the ingredients?
Your ingredients. Some people might not be too impressed with the ingredients, but it's oxtail and ox tongue. It's what we used to have when we was kids.
Yeah.
And I was talking to, I was all talking to Michael Wheeler, and he suggested...
He's the MP for Eccles and Worsley.
Yeah. So he sort of suggested, well, why don't you do a little bit of spice in there as well? Because obviously Salford Docks very, very famous for everything coming in there. So we've got oxtail, ox tongue, mixed vegetables, burgundy, obviously came through Salford. And it's got a slight spice to it because a lot of spices did come through as well from the continent and Asia. So it's a combination of everything in there. And, well, Tony, try it.
Shall I try away?
Yeah.
When is it available?
Available from tomorrow.
Yeah.
But like I said, we've only got 100. And I'm going to try and limit it to sort of 4 per person. That way everyone can get a chance to have some. So what we're asking is, even if you don't like oxtail or ox tongue, just buy one. Yeah? Give it to a friend. But there's like I said, there's only 100, and the recipe, once it's done, it'll be retired. I have spoke to a couple of organisations within the Salford area, and hopefully they've suggested they might be able to give us more money for what we can do in the Salford area. So that would be fantastic if that comes off. If anyone is able to just give us a little bit extra, great. It's going to go to people who really do need it. And there's a lot of people out there at the moment do need it. So please dig deep. And Tony, what do you think of the pie?
Wonderful. Very spicy, tasty. It is really nice. What have the camera go so I can eat it? No. So please help Dave out. I know it's a quirky
help
one.
Salford. Help Salford out.
By buying the pie, you'll be helping less privileged, shall we say, in Salford.
Yeah.
And we will ensure that every penny raised goes to worthwhile causes. There's so many in Salford, food banks, dementia groups. The list is endless.
It is.
I know it'd be a drop in the ocean, but help us out. And if you want to give any money to Dave, just give it him and we will make sure it goes to good homes. Spice is burning me. Pie's lovely, David, and thank you.
Thank you.
Very Very noble cause you're doing, and generous man.
Well, do you know what? A lot of people support me. I'm just trying to give a little bit back, you know, and yeah, why not?
Why not,
You know,
indeed.
and Salford 100. You remember Carl? He remembers when he actually became.
He did.
Do?
That's 100 years ago, yeah.
When it actually became a city.
When I were alive.
When he was wearing short trousers.
It still is.
Still is.
Look at him. Vanity, vanity, all is vanity.
It's like,
So support Dave. You're supporting local trade. Buy a pie. You're supporting Salford all round. So it's a winner, winner. Salford pie dinner.
Absolutely.
So please support the man and us. And everything, every penny guaranteed will be distributed throughout Salford. To
In the
worthy
Salford
causes.
area. Yeah.
And we're back in the room, as they say. Before I interview Graham, a good friend of mine for many years, Graham Byrne, lovely chap, I was contacted today by Angie Shepherd. Her father, George, well, can we say, lovely man, excellent photographer, and I can't thank him enough. His work's outstanding. He's captured working class Salford and Eccles in the 60s, 50s, and he's still snapping away. Lovely man. Angie contacted me today and said she'd like to donate this portrait. It's of the fair in Lee Street, Patricroft. And without giving too much away, I've heard that Morrissey has seen this print, and who knows, it may be used in forthcoming events. I can't say too much, but this is a magnificent print showing the Teddy Boys. I was asked, was it Mike Joyce kissing Morrissey? I don't think it is, do you? But we're going to be offering this for auction, and want your bids shortly. And last but not least, it's the poster from George's very first exhibition. Do you hold that, Graham? Mm-hmm. That is a poster. So we'll be telling more about this later on, how you can bid for it. And as I say, there's a very, very strong Morrissey connection, which should help you bid money, big money. Okay, let's put this back on the billiard table. You enjoying it, Graham?
Oh, lovely.
Right, let's start. Graham, good Salford lad. I've known you 40 odd years, I'd say.
Yeah, 44-ish, yeah.
Is that long? Wow. Yeah. I've got a photograph of you holding Sean in Beerlow Park.
Yeah.
And there's a little, he was 23. Tell us about your education in Salford. Start from there. Was it Weast you're from?
Yeah, well, I was born and raised in Weast. Started on, I was born in the Garth, just off Shandler's Grove. I was born there.
The money belt.
Aye. And then when the Byrne family kept expanding, the semi-detached house on the Garth was no longer big enough, and that was when we bought the big house on Weast Lane, which I know you were familiar with.
Yeah, it was.
Where we grew up and spent our formative years on Weast Lane there. Yeah.
It's a lovely house, wasn't it?
Yeah,
good
cracking.
family.
Absolutely, yeah.
I've got to throw this story in. Do you remember, it was a Boxing Day. Salford were playing Swinton, and I took Sean, he'd be about 6.
Right.
And when we got there, the ground was full and they wouldn't let me in.
Yeah.
And there was a coloured guy, a black man, at the changing room area. I said, "You get us in, mate?" And yeah, he took us in. I said, "That's my brother." Joking. I said, "But we met the Russian rugby team."
Wow.
And they gave Sean a rugby. There was a bear running with a rugby ball.
Yeah.
And I talked to him. He gave me a badge, and he said, "Oh, Mother Russia is dead." But the story is, I thought, "I'll go and see Graham and Mr. Burns have a Christmas drink." And I knocked on the house next door. And the woman let me in with Sean. "Hello." She said, "He'll be here in a minute. Do you want a drink?" Yeah. She gave me a whiskey.
Yeah.
I sat there 10 minutes, and this fella come in, "Who are you?" I said, "Come and see Graham and Tony." "Oh, it's next door, that, mate."
Right.
Then I went to your house on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing
Was
to
the
do with
whiskey any good?
that. A bit small, to be
Yeah,
honest.
so
I
it'd
thought,
have been Irish in ours.
well, I'd have got a full glass.
Yeah.
I think your dad saw it be out anyway, so yeah. Moving swiftly on to Terrorist Guitars.
Right.
They were a good band, weren't they?
Well, I don't know about a good band, but it was a good thing to be involved in at the time.
It was an exciting time, wasn't it?
Of course it was.
Punk and...
That was just, it was the time, yeah.
It was a great name, that. I thought it was a fabulous name.
Yeah.
Evoked like Northern Ireland and now the anger of punk, how it should be, and how it was.
Yeah.
You played Cypress Tavern, didn't you?
We did, certainly did, yeah. The Terrorist Guitars, it was actually ripped from a lyric, and I can't think whose lyric it was now.
It's not the Clash, is it?
No, but the lyric was, "We'll shoot them down with our terrorist guitars."
Right.
I'd have to ask my cousin Neil. He came up with that from, but it was a song lyric. Yeah, but yeah, there's
Stiff Little Fingers.
Cypress, possibly something. Yeah. Cypress Tavern, we did play. Interestingly, I've just finished reading that Mike Joyce's new book, and there's a photograph in it of him playing in the Cypress Tavern, and there's one online of me on, you know,
I've seen the photograph of
website.
You,
In the same place, that little stage in the basement of the Cypress Tavern.
It's a good club, that, wasn't it?
It was a great place, yeah.
Could be a bit dodgy, but that added to the fun of it, I thought.
Yeah.
And then the difficult gig, All Souls Church Hall. Wasn't there a riot?
A difficult gig. It kind of did. It kicked off, yeah. It did. I mean, you know, we used to rehearse in the church hall at All Souls because my mum was on the church committee there, and she'd had a word with Father Travers and got us to be able to rehearse. Right. So to return the favour, we came up with this idea of putting a gig on, and all funds would go to the church, and Father Travers thought it was great, but then it kind of all went a bit wrong when some wrong uns turned up. And
It wasn't me, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Was it a West Ham fan?
There was a mate of ours who was a West Ham fan who got picked on, and yeah. It was.
I also, again, moving on. Was it Alma Street West?
Alpha Street off Langley
There was
Road.
recording studios down there, wasn't there?
There was, yeah.
Twilight.
Twilight, is that? Yeah, that's right, yeah.
There was a few parties there, wasn't there?
Oh, we had parties there, yeah. That was interesting. The guy who owned that house, he'd set up this little studio. Right. And I think they first came across it, Anne Hill probably. He'd recorded in there, and then that's where the contact with this fella came from. And then he was looking to rent his house out, so we all jumped on it because it had the recording facilities in the cellar, and we were living upstairs, and it was a good buzz at the time.
I bet it was. Yeah. I do remember, and there's a link coming up here. When you worked with your father, we'll come back to that in a minute. On one of the walls was a big hammer and sickle.
That's right, yes.
Was it a brass, I think?
Copper plate, hammer and sickle. It was like
huge,
it was about 4 or 5 foot diameter.
Yeah. Tell us how you got that.
That came about from when I worked on, through my dad's company at the dry docks. They diversified, they were ship engineers and ship repairers, Lengthline Limited, which my dad and his workmates had set up with their...
wasn't it?
It was with the redundancy money when the dry docks, and my dad worked for Moral Mills on Trafford Wharf Road when they were all made redundant. And they were men who had specific skills, and in Manchester you couldn't go next door and you employ me, so it was a very
it was a niche job,
niche it was. So they all put the redundancy money together to lease the dry docks and whatever equipment they needed, and to carry on doing what they'd been doing for the bigger companies who had gone bust, And then they diversified into one of the dry docks. They started breaking ships in it.
That's what they were. I remember passing one day, we got United.
Yeah.
And there was, I think it may have been a Russian ship, may have been that one, I'm not too sure, but they were welding, cutting it up.
Yeah.
Was the ship just brought in there, cut for scrap and sold?
So towed in, brought up the canal. I know that Russian ship, there was a fleet, I think there was 3 ships that they brought over, and for some reason they'd been moored for years in Estonia, and they were rotting away. Well, I think the people who were running this shipbreaking thing, they would be looking around the international markets for a cheap ship that it was worth getting over here, and they could make money from getting it over here. And that was where this hammer and sickle. It was actually on the funnel of this Russian ship. Yeah.
What happened to it?
Don't know.
Brian
Don't
Fanning.
know. I left it with Brian. Yeah.
That was a guess.
Yeah. It was made of copper, so who knows? Yeah. Yeah. I have still got a really tattered hammer and sickle, the flag,
All right.
that I got off one of those ships, and it was like weather beaten
Yeah,
when I got it, but I've still got it at home now.
Great souvenir, that, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Great souvenir. So how long was you on the dry docks then? A couple of years, wasn't it?
About 3 years,
3 years,
yeah,
was it?
yeah. I think the duration of that shipbreaking operation, I was involved in it, and then
Was you welding, cutting all?
cutting, it's oxyacetylene,
Yeah,
burning,
burning, yeah.
cutting it up for scrap, yeah, yeah.
I've seen lots of photographs. I love all that, fascinated by it. But now on the docks, it's completely changed, hasn't it? No, I don't know if is it for the better? Well,
I don't know.
It's a double-edged sword,
yeah.
isn't it? It's men out of work and
Yeah, of
apartments
course,
you can't afford.
definitely. The canal and the docks are something that any Salfordian, really, anyone with any connection to Manchester should be very positive about,
course,
because they made
yeah.
the two cities what it is,
Yeah,
did the ship
yeah.
canal and the docks. But I worked on, as well as that shipbreaking, I worked on some of the demolition of the docks in preparation. And it wasn't a proud era the Salford docks history to be involved in, but
Well,
it was
the
early
mid-eighties?
80s, wasn't it? It was
Yeah,
Thatcher's
so
Britain,
I
and
was going to say Thatcher's Britain.
you know, yeah,
God,
we were doing whatever jobs you could get, and me and our Tommy worked on. We did that shipbreaking, and then from there we went working for P.P. O'Connor, who was demolishing.
Demolishing,
He was demolishing all the warehouses and the grain elevator along 9 Dock there.
That took some bringing down,
No, it
didn't
did,
it?
certainly did, yeah.
I think it took about 10 attempts to blow it up,
Yeah.
didn't it? It was a huge
It
building.
was like the Leaning Tower of Salford for a while, wasn't it?
That's the nickname it got. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your days on the docks?
Yeah, I did, I did, yeah. As I said, it wasn't, looking back now, it wasn't the proudest time of the docks history, but I just like being involved in it. My dad had spent all his working life on the canal and the docks.
Lovely fella your dad, I'd like to say, Tony.
Aye.
He's always good with me, always good with me. It's not the world of it.
Yeah.
It's just part of Salford's heritage and history's gone, isn't it now? And,
It is.
And what can we say? Is it improved? Has it? I don't know. I'm not
I
going
don't
down
think
that.
it's not improved, but it had to be. It's a new lease of life, I suppose, isn't it? Not an ideal one, but it's a new lease of life. Yeah.
I'm going to talk about football now. I know you're a massive United fan. I've been to many a game with you, actually, haven't I? Did you go abroad?
Oh yeah.
United,
Yeah.
Was that you who got me that Lacoste top? What about FCU?
Can't remember.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah.
Where it is. Did you have like a FCUM, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Display. I know it sounds not well on hindsight. I could never take to him.
Yeah.
It felt like, I don't know, you put it, being unfaithful to your wife.
I know what you mean.
I had
Yeah.
United, and
Yeah.
I know it was going through bad times and all that with Glazers and the other shite. And then I went to one match, and I wished them well, and then for whatever reasons, I don't know, it just seemed to kill itself. It's still going though, isn't it? It's still going.
Oh, they are still going, yeah. Well, and for me though, I'd actually stopped being regular at Old Trafford before the Glazer thing happened. It was a bit of a progression, really. The foundation of the Premier League had just changed
92,
football, and it changed it. It changed the
All the dynamics,
atmosphere.
everything,
Yeah. And I remember coming back from Barcelona in '99, and one of the lads, you mentioned Andy Walsh before, I'd gone with him and a few others. And on the way back, one of them said, you know, really, we should knock this on the head now, because the only way from where we were then, the treble winners, Ferguson's team, it was at the pinnacle. They were the greatest. The greatest, most successful English club team ever, I think. The Ferguson era was. Yeah, of course, that locked down the other end of the East Lancs to be hey. But you know, they were. So it was the pinnacle of football where United had got. And one of the lads did say we should knock it on the head now. And I had young children at the time then, and my priorities were elsewhere. So I'd actually stopped going regular to Old Trafford before the Glazer thing happened. And then, the FC United came along, and it was an easier, affordable way of watching football.
I like the ethos of it. It was, you know, what's it, a socialist thing, but it was a club for the people, wasn't it? What was the slogan? Friends not millionaires.
Making friends, not millionaires. Yeah.
I think Mike Duff come up with that slogan.
Quite possibly.
I think. Do you know Mike?
I don't know him, but I know of him
Lovely
through
man.
because he had quite a bit of connection with FC in the early years.
He did, yeah,
didn't he?
yeah.
And I know he's a friend of yours. Yeah.
Was it Malcolm? Was it something Malcolm? Was the did club nights there, didn't they?
Of course you can, Malcolm.
Of course you can,
yeah,
Malcolm,
yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah, I see Mike doing stand up there, and getting thrown off. Lovely man.
Barely stood up.
We've tried to get Mike on the programme, but sadly Marie's wife's not in the best of health. So Michael, when Marie's well, and come on the show, please. I think the world of him, I do, honestly. Now, you made this massive quantum leap from Salford Docks to becoming a gold medal winner at Tatton Park. Was it Japanese Garden?
Yeah.
How's that come about?
Wow. A bit of a long story short. I said about Thatcher's Britain and what I was doing, all kinds of shitty jobs, whatever you could get. And my wife said to me at the time, she said, why don't you retrain in something you're interested in? And gardening, I think it was a thing that had come from my mum. My mum was always a real keen gardener. She only had a bit of a backyard on Weast Lane, but she made as much growing space in it. So I went and studied, went as a mature student and studied horticulture, and I ended up working at Tatton Park, Tatton Park's owned by the National Trust, but it's leased and managed by Cheshire County Council. And I worked for them there, and there's a very famous Japanese garden in Tatton Park that I ended up being responsible for maintaining and what have you. I wangled a working trip to Japan out of that.
Did you really?
Yeah, 2002. I went.
Salford Blagger.
Absolutely, 6 weeks. I got it funded by the RHS to go to Japan for 6 weeks.
Good lad.
And then it was on the back of that we started doing these show gardens. That won the gold medal for the Japanese garden. It was working with the Japanese Garden Society, which sounded a bit...
Wow.
But, there were people who were passionate about that. And
Were they inscrutable?
yeah.
That's a word, I never went to see it, Graham, I admit, but I remember congratulating on it, and I saw the photographs. I thought, blimey, that's fantastic, that.
Yeah.
No, that is a great leap, isn't it? From the docks to that.
It's something I'm proud of. Yeah.
So you should be.
Yeah. My mother was over the moon.
I bet she was.
To have a son, what? My eldest brother had a hugely successful career. He was Neil Kinnock's PA for a time, our Colin.
That's right, he was,
my mother was very proud of that, but when one of her sons got a gold medal at the RHS Flower Show,
she'd be in the laundrette
down
selling everyone, wouldn't she? The
just
wash
a bit.
house.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic leap, as I say. So, what's your back garden like at home then?
I look after it. Yeah, I look after it.
You obviously like gardening.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So what do you do? Sounds a bit rude asking you this. What do you do now then? Have you retired? Or
I'm not retired.
Do you ever retire?
I'm not retired. I don't want to retire for now. I like keeping busy, and I just do. I suppose I would describe myself as a general odd job man. Do bits of decorating and building repairs and all sorts for people.
I noticed on you, I sound like a stalker here. Was it New Zealand you went? Or
Yeah, last year, me and my wife we had a big holiday in New Zealand.
You look
amazing.
Well, you went, amazing is the word. It was like off beaten tracks, so wasn't it? It was really weird. Little outdoor, not outdoors, the outback pubs and shops and all that.
Oh yeah. The South Island in New Zealand is like that. It's a bit backward. It's a bit like parts of the.
Caddy's head.
I was going to say the southern states of the USA in ways. I would say. But it's very interesting. Yeah.
I didn't mean that, Caddy's head people. If you're watching, did I? Well, what island do you still go back there?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Your dad was from Drogheda, wasn't he?
My dad was a Drogheda man. Yeah. We still go over because, of course, my wife's family had Irish connections as well. So even though I've still got a lot of cousins in Drogheda that we keep up with, but my wife's still got an uncle in Tipperary that we go over to.
The trip to Tip.
Yeah. He's from Nina, where Shane McGowan was.
That's right,
But he wasn't interred, was he? I think his ashes went in the Shannon.
That's right, they did, yeah.
It's where his funeral was 2 years ago. Shane's
Yeah,
mother was
I've seen the murals there, haven't I?
that's
The murals
right,
on
yeah.
the wall.
Yeah. His mother was from Nina, which is how where his association came from and why he went back there
Yeah, he was
for his last act.
I remember buying their first 3 albums.
Yeah,
I was that impressed. Red Roses for me and Rum Sodomy in the Lash.
that's
and
right, yeah.
Great albums, really good. So what music are you into now then? You're always a big music fan.
I listen to all sorts, really. I listen to all sorts. I still listen to a lot of reggae and old ska and...
I noticed you got your children.
yeah, I do. I listen to a lot of ska, reggae. I listen to
It's timeless though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Ska.
Still listen to a lot of my punk records.
Well, I do.
The good ones, yeah.
You've still
Some
got
of
your
it,
record collection.
I have, yeah.
I've kept all my albums.
Yeah.
Some are in a bad state.
I know.
I've
yeah.
got about 4. You may remember some from our house. Been jumping around. So.
Yeah,
I think I've got about 400 albums. I can't bear to get rid of them though.
I know what you mean.
Just like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
must-
yeah.
I don't know what Sean will do with them when I've gone. Cash converter probably. I don't know. But I can't bear to get rid of them.
Yeah,
And
I'm the same. A few times over the years, I've thought, what's the point in them sat there when I do have a turntable and I do play them occasionally.
Yeah.
And I know that nowadays people are very passionate about vinyl again.
Yeah,
and I'm
I know.
thinking
Yeah.
somebody could get more out of owning these than I am because they're in a dusty.
Yeah,
But it's letting go of them.
Vin-
I've still got that Standells album that you gave me, by the way. Do you remember?
Really?
Sometimes good.
Sometimes guys don't wear black.
Well, so I've still got that. You did give it me.
I did.
didn't
Yeah,
fucking
you didn't nick it.
honest.
No.
So I
That
didn't
was a
nick it.
change.
Yeah.
That was a change. That must have been about, what, 1978? 79?
No, it'd been early 80s you gave me that. I don't know when the album came out, but you gave me that.
Garage psych thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Standells.
Top stuff, that.
Dirty Water.
Yeah,
That was a good one, wasn't it?
yeah.
Oh, well done for remembering that.
Yeah.
That makes me looking like a nice fella. You know better, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice reminiscing about
It
that.
is, yeah,
And
yeah.
I've got an apology, honestly, from last Friday. I was a bit, not stressed up, a bit nervous about doing the talk, and
Yeah.
that Paula's dad was outside, he was going to fall over, and Tony come up and said, all 3 Tonys together, and he meant Tony Kinsella.
He did, yeah.
And I thought, "Oh," then you shook my hand and you mentioned Tommy later on.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, right. I was thinking, I know him, but... And then,
Well,
so, I do apologise.
not at all.
No,
Not
I've
at all.
known you a long time. I've always enjoyed your company. I always, so that's why I invited you on. We had no other guests.
Right, yeah.
He actually said he's scraping the barrel with me. I thought it was a bit harsh, but... Is there anything you want to talk about while we're here? Plug anything? Your children?
My children. Yeah, I have a...
And we've got now 2.
2, a boy and a girl, Kira and Joseph.
Are they working?
Yes. Our Kira works for, it's a charity and the name of it is escaping me at the minute. It's funded by, David Sainsbury funds it, the Gatsby Foundation she works for. And you know what our Joseph does, don't you?
No.
I have to keep that under my hat
Just
in
spy.
Salford.
Copper.
Yeah.
That will keep brushing. Anyway, moving swiftly on to the Gatsby charity. Oh, it's the food bank situation. That's a Trussell Trust, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
But with Carl hiding over there, we try our best with raffles and things for the food banks, but it's you're just putting a plaster, aren't you, over hemorrhaging.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We give money. We used to give money to Mustard Tree and other food independent little food banks. That's what these will be selling. We give half the money to Odsall Food Bank and half for the maintenance of the club. Well, you just have to do what you can, the best you can. We shouldn't have food banks. There should be no need for them whatsoever, should they? It's a miserable state of affairs.
No, and instead of the need for things like that getting less, it's getting greater.
Exactly.
Which is,
It's not good, is it? We'll get there, though, don't we? Graham, thanks ever so much for coming on
Welcome.
the show. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. I hope
me
you have.
too.
And
Me
we'll see
too.
you again. We'll have a
Yeah.
pint. We're going to
Will
have
do,
to.
yeah.
So, the witching hour is upon us. Next week, we've got Roy Matthews. He's coming back to tell us the stories about Bob Dylan, Elton John, various pop stars he's worked with and met. And this time we're hoping to get the full dirt. He hinted at little things last week, but As you know, Graham, we like to talk about debauchery, don't we?
Oh.
Cocaine abuse, hookers, no blue M&Ms. So if you could do that next week, right. And also, we just had the young lad came in, who was in New Dawn Fade's play, and he's now a stand-up comedian. So I forgot his first name, I feel terrible now. Lovely lad, but he'll be coming on as well. So it's a double biller of a stand-up comic and Roy regaling us with rock and roll excess. So tune in if you've got nothing better to do next week at 2 o'clock, and we'll do our best to keep you entertained. Cheers.